Hi, I'm Scott Garvey, machinery editor at Grainews magazine. Today I'm in a field north of Lipton, Saskatchewan. TriStar, a short-line implement manufacturer, is hosting a field day. Today there are a number of vertical tillage tools here. Farmers are able to come, take a look at the implements, and more importantly, the kind of field surface they leave behind them when they've been used.
Today we're here at a field day held by TriStar Farms, demonstrating our product of Salford RTS. It's a vertical tillage machine, and a lot of farmers have been really interested in our product in that we're tilling up the land, but we're not disturbing it like in traditional conventional tillage. We're still we're going to break up the compaction, we're going to aerate the soil and break down the residue without having erosion problems by leaving all that residue on top and by keeping all the microbial organisms in the layer that they like, so that your biological process of your land is always optimal and at its healthy stages.
This is Todd Botterill. He's a manufacturer's rep with Botterill Sales in Manitoba, is that right?
Yep.
Todd, you've seen a real increase in interest from farmers in vertical tillage. Can you tell me why we're seeing that? What does vertical tillage offer?
It's typically a low-cost tool to operate, and it deals with all kinds of the worst kind of conditions possible. Whereas other tools have, they have perfect conditions, nice and dry, and low amounts of residue. They work well, but vertical tillage tools allow themselves to work in the worst of conditions. The wetter, the better. The more residue, the better. They deal with these real problem times and get you through the hard years, but also help you in the good ones as well.
Now, when it comes to tough conditions, I think you guys have chosen the toughest to hold this field day. We're in pasture sod here. This is overgrown stuff, and where we're standing just below our feet, it looks like it could have been summer followed. Is that a surprise? Is that an added benefit that guys are getting from vertical tillage implements?
I want this kind of stuff. I want it wet. I want something 5 foot tall out there, because that's where the machines shine. And you can really show to guys, when you have the rough conditions, this will get you through. Anybody can build a tool that'll get you through the easy times. But when you really need a hand, when you really need the help, that's where these tools come in.
So is the vertical tillage implement a total replacement for a deep tillage, a disc, all those other things that farmers have traditionally used?
For most of the conventional tools, yeah. Like most guys, we don't need cultivators. A lot of guys are moving away from chisel plows. We're seeing, like with the rippers and that, of course, there can be some cases where you still need like a deeper tillage tool, but for the most part, yeah, you don't really need the cultivators and you don't need the tandem discs. Most of our dealers that have been really successful, like with one line Salford, they build a great tandem disc, but nobody sells it, because as soon as you start trying to talk to a guy about they ask you about a disc and you start talking about these other tools, they're sold on the new tools.
So farmers that may be new to vertical tillage, how do they assess what's on the market? How do they figure out what they need for their operation?
A lot of information out on the internet. There's a lot of forum groups where guys can talk about the applications. Make sure you talk to people that are looking for the same kind of crop rotation, same kind of soil conditions. There are some tools that'll work better if you need it pitch black, one pass in the fall. Well, then you're looking for a more aggressive tool. If you've been typically zero till or min till, and you just want to help deal with the adding residue problems that you typically have, your heavy harrow isn't cutting it, then you're typically looking for a less aggressive tool. So talk to the company guys, pick their brains hard, do your research on each machine, and talk to other guys with them. And I think that's probably what's helped us the most, is the word of mouth.
What do you think farmers got out of today, those that were here? What do you think was the benefit they're going to leave with?
The benefit of that they're going to see is that the tillage that has come on. We've just evolved. We went from tilling at 4.5, 5, 6 miles an hour now to doing cultivation at 8 to 12 to 14. And it's all about efficiencies, your cost per acres. This tillage equipment's going to cover more ground faster, and just a new way of thinking. It's a new generation. It's a cutting edge.